Technically, yes.
That's I should have made you roll and, loser dies. No, I still actually have 2 spell slots left. It's pretty cool.
I threw you the orb of get new spell slot back.
Yeah, that's how Who's His Face didn't die straight up. Like, I was going to be stingy on my spell slots and let one of you die over it, because I never want to be without a slot.
Cool. Alright. So, the recap. So, last time, so you guys fought a big green fire elemental that came out of the portal, in the portal room that you now stand in. It was a pretty brutal fight, with almost all of you falling over, being almost dead. But you just survived. Grigor was an instrumental help in defeating the fire elemental, doing the lion's share with the damage. But yeah, you're all awake immediately after the battle. Lefner, you broke the crystal which was responsible for the portal being open.
Yes.
And that was literally your last action before today.
I loot everything. Everyone else is sore. I'm not.
I shield the other 3 from the falling loot that comes from the roof.
Alright, so you're looking for loot now.
Oh yeah, whoever I revived last, started twitching. I'm like, yep, and I start looking. There isn't even a moment after I see him twitch.
That was Lefner.
Yeah,
I twitched.
You twitched. Alright, well, roll perception check.
Okay, I quit. My perception is +3, so I got 7. I got 7, guys.
7? Well, you have a look around. All those cold stone floors with those magical glyphs sort of glowing on it. But
why are they cold? Wasn't it a fire battle?
It's still cold with Grigor near you.
Oh yeah.
You do see a sort of table of some sorts across on the northeast or northwest side of the room. On the east side you can see a fireplace, but there's no you don't see any swords or axes or anything that sort of correlates to loot. The table, you go over and have a look, and it's just sort of covered with sort of it's like magical notes and inscriptions and such. Doesn't look valuable.
Are there any drawers?
No, it's just table, 4 legs.
Is there a mantle on the fireplace?
Hey?
Is there a mantle over the fireplace?
Yes, and there is nothing on it.
This place is shit. What about where the portal was? Are there any remnants of what they used to summon? Magical stones or magical... if I were to go over to Ragnaros's body, are there braces of fire?
You go over and have a look, and it's just sort of dust. Whatever's been there is exploded and is no longer sort of useful. Now, Dodric, you see Grigor is sort of trying to get your attention.
Grigor, how you going, mate?
He just sort of looks at you. He's wanting to sort of jump in and possess you. He's getting really close.
Interesting. Can you guys hear me? I just froze up.
Yeah, you're good.
I can hear
Okay,
you. Wait, they're frozen for me, but you're not.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, Apple's...
Alright, Grigor. What are you doing? What? You look like you want something. What's going on?
You sort of... Have we
I think
lost one
I think
and
it's just you
Fuzzy?
and me talking.
I thought I heard Fuzzy before.
No. That is.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll disconnect and reconnect.
Oh, okay. You can hear me, can't you, James?
What the hell happened there?
That was so strange. I just
No, I
switched to
did.
Central Europe.
Oh, okay.
Discord
Well,
go down.
so I don't know,
I could
but the
still
Bondi and I
hear
were
you.
talking fine.
I could hear you guys. I was trying to talk to you. You obviously couldn't
Oh.
hear me.
No, we couldn't hear you guys. You guys were frozen. Anyway, we decided to kill one.
I dodge.
It's a dodge action. So if you remember, Grigor can't talk. He's got part of his sort of mouth all melted over, most of his eye and such, so he can't communicate normally.
All right. I give a good cheeky grin and I walk up to Grigor and I'm just like, "Come on, mate."
Alright, Grigor, he goes into you. You feel incredibly cold as he sort of rushes through you. Your bones and such just freeze. And your mind is immediately sort of rushing and spiraling through, and you can now feel and see as Grigor can feel and see. Your body starts moving without you giving any actions, and it feels incredibly weird. And you have no control over you. Grigor starts to speak through Doderic. He says, "Oh, thank you. That was close. Is everybody okay?"
No.
No.
Yeah, look, you were there. Everyone nearly fucking died. Holy crap! A bit more help would have been good.
You just get a blank stare. He goes, "Well, I thank you for helping and stopping that. I would like to show you my thanks for helping me. I feel horrible. Sorry, horrible is probably not the right word, but I feel angry, and you can see he's just trying to communicate what he is actually. Like, he doesn't sort of know. He's being a fresh ghost and fresh dead. It's very hard for him to sort of feel what's going on. But he is.
Chog understand that one. Chog have hammer.
He says, there are some possessions of mine which are now no longer useful to me. I'd be incredibly grateful if you were to have them. On my body, in a small pouch, there is key, and it unlocks a chest in my quarters on the first floor. And so I want to again thank you for helping me and helping me stop this evil in this tower. I want to rest, but I can't do so until I know that the cult and those responsible here have stopped. So, again, thank you. And if you hear word of the cult's end, please come and tell me so I may rest. And he exits out of Doderic's
Wait,
body.
before you go, quick, jump back in. I've got a question.
Alright, Javi.
I asked him if he's a super wizard guy. Would you happen to be able to teleport us back to town? As we found out in that battle, the guy's gone to town. If we can, he's got a couple of days travel. If we can teleport ahead of him, we can prepare the town. Are you able to assist with that?
Sadly, no. I don't know of any teleportation circle that exists within Berein. I have my own teleportation circle here in this tower, which you're welcome to use. But it was made for my purposes, and my purposes only. Living out in the middle of nowhere is quite an effort to stroll somewhere and then have to stroll back. So I know I don't have any means to get you to Berein faster. I'm sorry.
Your
Large beasts parked at the back.
Hey?
Have any large beasts parked at the back?
He says no, and then he exits. He waits for any more questions.
Didn't your initiate or trainee or whatever
Liam.
travel to him from the tower? And
Liam,
that's the circle we found in his house?
Liam has travelled from here, correct.
Can
There's no
we do
circle that I know of that exists in Liam's room.
And where?
Does Liam have a room in the tower?
Sorry. By Liam's room, in Liam's house back in Berein, which is what I assumed that you were speaking about. Warren.
Yeah,
Liam has
And
left
we
his tower
found
on foot.
Can't we use his circle though?
No, Liam returned to here. So what he's trying to say is that there's a teleportation circle in this room, which both he and Liam used to teleport to the tower. They then would leave the tower via the normal,
Oh, so it's a
horse.
one-way thing.
It's a one-way, yes.
You guys need to work on your technology skills.
Teleportation circle is a place that, now I'm not too familiar with the spell, but you would travel to one of these circles, and it's a one-way a one-way thing. It's like a homing spot that you can teleport to. And if you just-
Stargate.
yeah, it's almost like a Stargate, I suppose, but it's one way.
Oh,
You can
sorry.
yeah, it's like a Hearthstone, literally that. But you can, there's multiple circles that exist in this world, and if you know their location and you're allowed to use them, you can, freely teleport to them.
Okay.
Yeah, well, just let the man rest in peace, gee.
I let him rest in peace.
Alright.
Turns out we're not going home the fun way.
So, Grigor, he exits out of Dodric. Dodric, you didn't see or hear word for word what's being said, but as it is being spoken, you get like pictures and memories and such sort of rush through your head. So you've seen the key sort of go into the pouch, and you've also seen the possessions that he's talking about as well. So Grigor comes out, and he sort of gives you a gentle nod and floats off and disappears outside of the wall behind you, like through the wall.
What do you think he's going to do now?
Float around.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna like haunt some people camping nearby or some shit. That's what I'd be doing.
Great. Let's go get that key.
Yeah, let's get the key in that fat loot.
Is a teleportation circle at the top of the tower where we were fighting?
It's in this room here. So the teleportation circle is actually underneath where the portal was summoned.
Okay.
Did we establish that there was nothing on that table in the room?
Yes.
Correct.
Cool, let's go.
I want to set up the that gem with. I want to write something on the wall with the gem pointing at it, saying that we want Liam to come visit us. Grigor is dead, and we need your help. Something like that.
So James in blood writes on the wall.
My own blood,
Who's
because I'm
James?
still bleeding a little bit.
So, on the table, there would be paper and ink.
Okay. Well, I just sort of want to set up a small poster that says, Grigor's dead. We need your help, Liam. Please teleport to the tower. And
Okay.
hopefully he'll teleport here while we're doing a long rest or something.
Signed, everyone's heroes.
Yes.
And Chug.
And choke.
Ah,
Alright, so Lefter, you go off and do that. Moments later, all together, you head down to the next floor, and you find... Oh, sorry, the 2 floors down. You find Grigor's body behind the bookcase in the back of the room. And Dodric, you quickly go through his cold body, and you find the little pouch that he's talking, and you pull out a large iron key. You also find a few coins and silver on him as well, so you can add 13 copper and 3 silver that he just kept on his belonging.
Jackpot.
You now head down to the first floor, and you head into his chambers. Now, do you want the map to be able to see, just for you got a bit of an idea?
Sure.
If you've got it.
So if you're on roll 20, let me.
It's really dark in here.
It is really dark. Hey.
I think the right term is, different.
All the fires blew out.
So I'll reveal the whole space for you. So there you go. So Grigor's quarters is the large room to the north, with the bed chamber, chair, and dresser. Underneath the desk, there is a large iron chest. The key nicely fits in. You turn the lock, you hear a nice click as you open up. Inside, there is a massive amount of coin. Sitting on top of the coins, there is a set of goggles. There is a single potion, like vial of liquid, and inside you can see this red and orangey liquid, sort of animating furiously as it inside the bubble. You can see it sort of bubbling and such. It almost looks like little flames
Chug dips
jetting out.
lava lamp.
There is a single round stone that's sort of like a brownish, like a browny yellow in color. There is a ring that has 3 small emeralds in it and on it, and so you got your ring and you got the flat piece on the top. There's 3 emeralds in a triangle with a picture of a wagon on it, and to the right of the chest you can see a wooden staff. The staff is gnarled and twisted as it goes up. At the top there is a large sort of metal and wooden sort of ball, and it has 2 metal prongs which sort of shoot straight up out of it.
Let's be my stabbing stick.
I would like to work with who's his face, Lefner, on trying to identify what everything is. I figure with his knowledge of magic and my knowledge of everything else, we should be able to get there. And I keep an eye on Dodrick, knowing that hopefully he's still on very low health. And we haven't rested yet. We can murder him if he tries to.
Don't fuck with me, Juan.
Alright, well, this staff is the intriguing one.
I like the sound of the goggle.
Would Chug have learnt what these items are when he was possessed?
No, because you weren't. Like those thoughts didn't come to you. Well, because when both Dodrick and you, Chug, were possessed, the memories and visions you get are essentially Grigor's thoughts and memories. So as he's talking about stuff and he's thinking about the events that he's speaking about, you're getting basically the video version of what he's speaking. Dodrick, however, because he was speaking about the items, you did get a vague idea. The potion, and I'm not sure if you want to just divulge this info. Do you want me to privately message?
No, I think we'll tell the group.
Okay. So the potion is something that Grigor was messing around with in his alchemical stuff. You can breathe fire by drinking the potion. And like a cone of fire, like an intense flame. The staff is a staff of lightning. You can channel lightning out of the top of the staff, or you in a ranged sort of cast, or you can do it close range, should you want as well. The ring is something he found when he was traveling up and down the path. It has magical properties, but he doesn't know what it is. He brought it back to study. The stone is one of a pair. That is a pair of ascending stones. It allows you to cast the spell message between two people that have it. Holding one stone, you know if the other person is holding it as well, just by through the stones. And that person who has that is Liam.
Damn.
What about the goggles?
The goggles provide dark vision.
Oh, I can't wait to tell Stefan at work.
So if I were to get the goggles, does that double my dark vision?
You can just see extra grey at the same range.
It's like being colorblind.
How much coin?
Okay, now, if you want to stop and count this out, it will take you a good while. You're seeing a mammoth amount of coin, more coin than you guys have seen in a single spot. You estimate there is over 500 coins here. You see a collection of copper coins, silver coins, gold coins, and elementium coins.
I think we should long rest here because it looks like we've got a lot of stuff and we're all nearly dead. And, you know, while we're chilling and long rest and whoever's on watch can just start counting, except Dodrick, who's not allowed near the coin.
Do you mean Electrum?
Electrum, sorry, yes. Electrum coins.
What the hell's Electrum? I've only got 3 currencies.
If you click on currency, it brings it up because there's platinum, gold, electrum, silver. It's in between silver and gold.
By the way, Badger just commented the next rug that you find you get to breathe on.
Yeah, so how do we divvy up the loot? What do we got?
Alright, so you guys taking a long rest here?
I'd say yes. Is it only the stairs as well? Are the stairs the only way in?
The stairs? Yeah, stairs and front door.
Alright, so that's the front door. Does someone want to help me, like, we can use all this stuff that's around and board up the front door? So we'll hear whatever comes out that way, and then we only have to just chill and watch the stairs.
I can set an alarm.
Joke
Oh, yeah,
food
do
at
that.
the kitchen table.
Alright, well, I'll set an alarm on the staircase.
Cool. And we just move something in front of the door?
Yep, Chug moves the table and chairs.
Yeah. Is this little corner up where my dude is that a front door, or is that another room that we haven't found yet?
So that's just the spiral staircase upwards. So if you were to go up that, you will find Grigor's body and further up to the ceiling.
Yeah. I blocked that too.
Cool.
Alright, nice. So, who's going to take first watch?
I don't mind. I've still got spell slots left, so I can, I guess. You guys need to not be dead more than I do.
Alright,
Chug can, you trust his counting.
so Jug's first. Yeah.
I'll go second.
Okay. Then,
I'll bring up the rear.
alright, Dodrick third.
Ooh, Chug has 2 to deception.
Alright, so before you go to rest, who's taking what items?
Well, obviously, I'd like the goggles.
Yep.
What else was there? There was the stones, which I assume is a quest item we're going to need. There was
Ring,
ring, don't know.
Staff of Lightning, Fire Breathing Potion.
And could Lefner and I try and figure out the ring?
Yeah.
We'd do that. Oh, I do that. Lefner, you want to do that?
I just got a message from James. He just lost power.
Jeez.
Bloody hell, Canberra, what the fuck? It's a shithole. Nothing good about it. Oh, let's assume he says yes, because that's something he'd do.
Yeah, Lefter's got a scroll of identify as well, so
Yeah, I have one.
you've got one.
I got the scrolls.
Okay.
Not him, remember? I was gonna burn that if everything else went bad.
Yep. Okay.
Because I figure one day there'll be something that we really want to understand.
James just said his safety switch flicked, so he'll be back on in a sec. So, alright, so you're taking the ring.
Oh, I want to try and figure it out.
Yep.
Not
So,
use
oh, that's
it
what I
right
mean.
now.
You've got it. There was the potion of fire breathing, the sending stones, and the staff that does stuff with lightning.
I assume I get to duke it out with Lefner for the staff.
I reckon Lefner should have the stuff.
Well, the difference is he can continuously cast spells where I can't.
Yeah, but
So,
you're a bard. You can just hurl abuse at them.
yeah, so it's one of those, I'd like it because I have no throughput on damage at all. Like, I get a shitty fucking attack. But if he really wants it, he can.
I'd just say, as your DM, James is the only person who does not have a magic item.
Wait, I don't.
I gave you the orb of spell slottiness.
Yeah.
Oh, I still don't have it. What's it called?
A wizard orb.
Wizard orb. I don't know how to hand it to you.
Did the goggles have a name for the inventory?
Yes. I'm just trying to figure out who's taking what for the moment. So,
They're called the gnomish goggles.
because I'll actually tell you as you get to your rest. Because effectively, you guys will be playing with your items when it's your turn to rest. Who's taking the potion?
It sounds like a close range thing, so one of you two to just burn on a group when you get up to it, I guess.
You can,
We did it with cookies.
I don't mind. I can carry it. It could be useful, I guess, if I'm against something where my knives.
Okay.
I'm
So
fine with that.
you can have the potion too. Anybody taking the stone?
I say we give it to Lefner for now, because he's the most talky one. Least likely to offend someone with a stone with messaging.
Left, no guess.
So do we want to try and resolve figuring out the thing while we wait for James, or?
Alright. So, Chug, are you taking any? I don't think you're taking anything, eh?
No.
No? Okay. Alright, so we'll start the rest. So, Chug, everyone else, you find a bed or a couch or something soft to lay on and you doze off. Chug, you start to watch out for everybody. Can I get you to make a perception check, please?
I'm back, sorry.
Woohoo!
7.
7? You walk around. The place is eerily quiet. You do see Grigor sort of floating in and amongst some of the walls and such, and he sort of just waves and heads upstairs. Other than that, nothing eventful really sort of happens during your watch. Now, James, we were talking or distributing the loot before we started the rest.
Yep.
So far, Juan has the ring, Dodric has the goggles and potion. They've handed you the the stone. And there was a debate over who gets the staff.
Okay.
So we think it should be either you or one.
Jugs suggest arm wrestle.
Yeah, I was going to say you can have it if you really want it, but I have no offensive power where you've got unlimited. shoot spell. So if you want it, you can have it. But yeah,
You got a pretty much unlimited crossbow shooty.
Yeah.
and it's the most weakest thing in the game.
Because he misses.
Yeah, so I get to do no damage and miss 90% of shots. So I don't mind because I do a lot of other stuff. But yeah, up to you. And I have the ring because we were going to try and figure it out.
Does. Oh, hang on one second. Does the staff give any other power besides just an offensive attack?
You don't know until you look at it.
Well, let's look at both of them, try and figure them out, and see if we can identify. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that after the fact. In the meantime, you can hold on to the staff.
Well, that'll go well. Watch me fucking, hey, a rat appears. I use the staff. I die.
Okay, so one, it is now your turn to do your watch. Chuck wakes you up, takes over, goes to sleep.
I sit on this table and spend my 2 hours trying to nut out these two things, see if I can figure out anything.
Alright, can you describe to me how you would do that?
So first, obviously I'd assume the staff is magic.
Yes.
I'd see if there's any identifying features, see if anything, harks back to a type of people I know or something that,
Okay.
figure it out. Okay. And probably same with the ring in that sense. And if I can identify the people, I can kind of figure out what they're up to, what kind of magics they have in their realm, or all that kind of thing.
Would you say you'd try on the ring while you're looking at it and stuff?
No, I'm still nervous after the whole rat incident. So, fucking hell, I have all the incidents, don't I?
You've got. Are you going to use
I'd say I'm a bit hesitant.
You going to use the scroll?
Depending on how I go looking, because I've only got one scroll.
So, alright, so you have a look at the ring, unable to sort of really discern what it is. You feel that it's magical, but looking around and just sort of fondling it, unable to really discern what it is. The staff, however, you pick it up and you can feel energy surging through it, and you can add a staff of lightning to your inventory. And it is now attuned to you for the time being.
If he's too scared to try on the ring, I'll try it on.
I can just burn. I've got a scroll of identify I've been sitting on for eternity, if we want. Or do you want me to leave it out for you?
Nah, I'll try it on. I'm no scaredy cat.
It's just going to disappear.
Yeah, since we're in a teleporty room, I'm thinking it's like, and it had wagons on it. I'm assuming it's for transporting things, so you just go bloop to wherever it's meant to go.
No, when it was explained, Grigor found the ring and he knows it's magical, but he's analysed it, so it wouldn't be for teleport for his purpose. It'll be for something else.
He hadn't yet analysed it. He brought it back to look at.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll leave it out for you to try on. Yeah, I keep, trying to figure out for the rest of my watch. Glancing around, listening, but not really caring.
Okay.
I try and zap my name into the wall.
Oh, did you add the staff to your inventory?
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
Oh, nice. Hey, Darty.
Yeah.
Did you see the damage numbers on this?
Yes.
It's 8d6 lightning damage.
That's correct.
You realize that's the most powerful thing?
It is, but it is access to basically your first third level spell. What you're seeing is lightning cast at third level, which when you guys level up, you get access to third levels. I think at level 5, so you would get access to that spell. But yes, that is crazy.
Realize
drop.
it's so I only get one charge with it. I didn't see the
Yes.
charge. I was gonna be like, fuck this. I'd be standing in the front going bang, bang, bang. Yeah, that makes way more sense. I was
Does it-
like, nah, you fucked up, bruh. But
No.
nah, it's all good now.
Does it recharge?
Every day, yes. You get one
Okay.
use every day. So, you happy for me to read it out, Juan, or you want me to keep it
Yeah,
a secret?
all good. I leave a little note and I leave it sitting there so everyone can like look at it. You know, since I know it's attuned to me. Wait, what's the attunement require?
So you can only be
That is
attuned to 3 items, 3 magic items. That's a restriction in D&D 5e. And attunement just basically means that you can't use the item unless you're attuned to it. You can freely hand it to somebody else, and when they become attuned to it, you lose the attunement. But it's basically a balancing method in the game to stop you from throwing around powerful items really, really quickly. And to attune something, you need to spend an hour or so studying it. And like picking it up and using it and putting it on and that sort of stuff. So you, by picking up the staff and moving it around during your rest, you're attuned to it, and thus you learnt the abilities of the staff. Now, the Staff of Lightning, this staff can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff that grants +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. That's just with attacks with the staff, not with your casting of damaging spells. It also has the following additional properties. When one of these properties is used, it can't be used again until next dawn. So it can use lightning, which actually I meant to go and rename that. I think it sounded a bit more fitting for the first one to be lightning strike and the second one to be lightning. So the first ability is when you hit with a melee attack using the staff, you can cause the target to take an extra 3d6 lightning damage. Or you can use an action to shoot a bolt of lightning that leaps from the staff's tip in a straight line that is 5 feet wide and 100 feet long. Each creature in that line must make a DC 15 saving throw, taking 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
That's 6 damage, Apples.
Yeah, 8 damage when Apples rolls. 8 ones in a row. Halved to 4. But yeah, so that's each creature, friendly or foe. Okay.
Okay.
And just like in Chug, you notice Grigor sort of wandering around and just doing ghostly things. Your watch comes to an end, and Dodric, it is your turn. You hop up, and I need to find out what this item is called.
Goggles of Night.
I think that's it. I didn't actually note it. My description was goggles that provide dark vision.
While wearing these dark lenses, you have dark vision out to a range of 60 feet. If you already have dark vision, wearing the goggles increases its range by 60.
So there you go.
It does.
So you can see extra far if you already have it.
You're taking it.
So you've got that. And a potion of fire breathing you can add as well.
Done.
Your watch comes to an end, also seemingly uneventful. And Lefner, you're up next.
Sweet.
Give me 2 seconds. So Lefner, you can add a set of sending stones.
Is it a set or is it one?
You've got the items. You can't sort of have it. You just make a note that you've only got one of them.
Okay. Yep.
And you try the ring on, and you can add a ring of the mercantile to your inventory.
Ooh. Well, that's nice.
What's it do?
Silver rings decorated, blah, blah, blah. When attuned to this ring, vendors feel compelled to give you a 4d10% discount when buying their weapon.
Ooh.
Good thing I've got some good charisma as well.
It looks like my goggles don't require attunement.
That can be correct. Yep.
Cool.
So the Wizard
And the
Orb
Wizard
is another
Orb.
item that doesn't require attunement. You can just throw that between each other.
Quick one. The Staff of Lightning doesn't have the quarterstaff bonus, the quarterstaff stats. Do you mind if I just add a quarterstaff so I can see what it hits?
Um,
1d.
give
Is
me.
it, so I know.
You have to equip it.
Yeah, I've got it equipped, but it doesn't have the whole. Unless I'm looking wrong.
Hold on.
Oh no, there it is. It
You
turns
got it.
out on the equipment screen it doesn't always show it.
I found that with some of Kel's stuff when we were playing the other day. It wasn't showing everything.
You've got to have it on the actions screen instead of the equipment screen, by the look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Also, in extras, I have a horse.
Yes.
Yes.
I added that to all of you guys, so you can track your companions. This was actually added this week. It's a new feature that they've added to D&D Beyond. If you've got pets, you can morph into wild shapes. You've got vehicles. One of the vehicles is a ship, and it's got like health and stuff on the front, rear, and sides, and all that sort of stuff. So it helps you to be able to track health and what your vehicles actually do. At the moment, we're limited to what they've provided, but they're hoping to add the homebrew stuff pretty soon, which is pretty cool. But I've added a riding horse for each of you guys. I know one of your horses got damaged by the snake or whatever, got burnt, but I can't remember how much damage I did to it, and you know, it's been a couple of days since, so we'll say he's back to full health for now.
I found a turtle mount.
We'll go on a quest to get one.
You can actually mount pretty much anything.
Don't tell
I
they can do
found
that.
Dodrick.
8.
Yeah, you can add anything to the mount, which is really, really cool.
I try and mount Dodrick.
He's too small.
But he's sleeping. God damn it.
Alright, so you guys come to the end of your rest. You wake up. Yeah, what do you do?
I click the rest button and yeah, get all my rolls back.
Yeah, you got all the rolls. I go up to the teleport room to see if anything's happened with Liam. See if he's rocked up.
Okay.
Chug removes the table and chairs from the door.
Okay.
I ask Lefner if he's felt any messages from his magical stones.
I haven't tried to cast the spell yet. I'll go and check the room first.
Doesn't it? He gets messages as well. Like it could be two-way, so he could receive a message from fella.
So
It allows you to cast the message spell, so you can speak 25 words to somebody, and they can reply with 25 words. You can cast it once per day.
Would we assume Liam could send a message to?
I expect that's how the
That's
item works, yeah. It can be initiated from either end.
Right.
So you head upstairs, James. Lefner, sorry. And the room is empty.
okay. Well then I'll grab onto the sending stone and I'll relay the message that what I've got written down. What's the dude's name? The G dude?
Liam, Grigor.
No, Grigor. I just say that Grigor has been killed in the tower. We need your help. Please teleport to the tower.
And then he'd be like, who the fuck are you?
Alright, you get a
You may
reply.
not-
Hey?
He may not check his emails every day.
Sorry, I should also say when you're holding the stone, you do feel that Liam is holding the other side. And that's something that you immediately know between the two. If it's not being held. And now I think by on his person is that you just got to keep it on you. Don't actually have to have it in your hand, but you'll know if the stone is on the ground or if it's on somebody's possession. You don't know who is actually holding it though. So you speak your message, and then you get a message back. Can't teleport. The cult has been seen in Berein. They are killing and kidnapping people. You must come with haste. They need... And stops.
Okay. Well, how the hell do we get to Berein quickly? Besides horse
Hay horses.
and
You know
turtle.
what? Chug has not good idea. We tame a rock.
So would any of the back in the library room, now that we know we've got more time to search, would we be able to have a quick look, see if there's anything obvious on how to teleport, or how to fast travel, or like do we just look at the map, click on it, and right click and go fast travel here? Like, what's happening?
We could catch one of those eagles.
You just jump off the tower and land on eagles. That's how it usually happens, isn't it?
They don't.
Gandalf style.
I try and convince Chug that that's what happens.
Roll deception.
Chug will believe you miss and hit the ground.
Yeah, you can make it your third character, Fuzzy. And if I make it down within like 18 seconds, right? Technically, I can bring you back.
I'm really on board for this.
I'd come back to life with 1 health.
Oh,
That's without your help.
I should do it because we can heal you up. Do it. Jump. Don't be a pussy. Jump.
Are there actually any eagles flying by?
Are you actually up there and doing this, or is this all hypothetical?
I cast minor illusion in something that may look like an eagle in the distance, but it's actually
Yeah,
close.
but
'cause we
are
don't
you
have that
actually
threat.
up there, or is this just hypothetical banter?
Banter.
I say it's real.
Alright,
Damn
maybe
it.
we should leave.
Chug's not jumping off the tower.
Yeah, Oh, did you tell us the message? I assume you did.
Yes.
If there was a faster way home, Grigor probably would have brought it up when we asked, right?
Yeah, we did ask him if we could teleport, didn't we? Yeah, let's get on our horses.
We didn't directly ask him if there's a quick way to Berein. We just said, is there a quick way to travel?
Grigor!
That's fine then.
No, he said he didn't know a way that we could teleport back.
Alright. Don't worry, Grigor.
Are you asking Grigor?
I was trying to get his attention, then I was like, alright, actually, no.
No?
Don't worry about it.
You just see his head sort of pop between, out of the wall, look at you, go, no, never mind, and it just goes back in. Disappears.
Sorry.
Alright, so you guys go outside. The rope bridge is there swaying. The wind is slightly stronger than what it was when you first crossed over, and the bridge is swaying. Not violently, but it is moving. You can see your horses tied up still on the other side of the chasm.
Alright. This was the rope, right? The rope bridge that looked rickety.
Yep.
We should have
It's
asked.
still up, right? We didn't crash the thing.
Hey, yeah, no, it's still there.
I inspect the rope to see if it's been damaged.
Roll investigation, please.
16.
16. You don't see that the bridge has been damaged. Yeah,
And the horses are still at the other side, yeah?
correct.
Cool, so we can assume no one's at that end. Otherwise they would have stolen our magical beasts.
Chug,
I just, after inspecting, I'm confident I start walking, but I'm like, after last time I'm very timid. I'm like crouching low, good, legs, just going, "Ah!" But I try to act a little bit brave on the first couple of steps.
Okay. Roll acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
As he's going across, I cast minor illusion to create a vulture flying towards him.
After doing that, can you make a wisdom save, please?
I don't think it'll matter because I got a 2, which with my acrobatics as a +3 is a 5. But a wisdom save of +1 is 11 +1, 5.
What's your spell DC, Dodric?
What do I look at for that?
Should be on your spells. So if you just touch
He's
on
got a
spells.
What spell
Up,
attack?
save DC up top, which is a 12.
Oh, yep, save DC.
So what do you get? 1?
got a 12.
12.
I can't remember what draws do. But either way, I rolled a 5 just before that.
So you're making your way across the bridge, and you see this vulture just come out of nowhere, and you see it and go, yeah, it's just a vulture. But as you got your attention at the top there, and your foot misses the bridge, and you tumble and fall off over the bridge, and you're now plummeting towards the bottom.
Nice. I leave it to like the last second to make sure everyone shits themselves. Like I put on a good show of like, oh no, I'm gonna die, because I'm fully aware I've got like the only way out of this game. And like as I'm falling, I'm like so confident. Like that little magical stone thing's recharged itself. Yeah, I'm reaching into my pocket. I grab it out. I go. Meh. I don't know how you get the magic out of the stone, but I cast Featherfall at like the last second and Mary Poppins that shit.
Can you roll performance, and everyone else, can you roll insight, please?
I got a critical 20.
I got a 6.
I only rolled an 8, but I have +6, so 14.
So Chug and Lefner, you're just sort of like, oh! And Dodric's just like, you're a dickhead. You sort of fall down, you pull out the orb, and then slow fall, and you land on a couple of jagged rocks relatively safely. But Chug and Lefner, like, jaws are on the ground, like, they thought you were dead. You've fallen, by the way. You've fallen a distance of 60 feet.
How many feet?
60.
You didn't say.
What?
You cut out.
You cut out? 50 feet.
Cool. What's next? Oh, I quickly look around. Is there an obvious way out?
So looking around, you see the walls of both cliffs sort of come up, and so as the cliffs go up, they come in a little bit. So it's not an easy way to sort of climb up. Looking down, you can see a bit of a flat surface that you could perhaps scale.
I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna run out of spell slots, guys.
50 feet.
Otherwise, it's fairly long on both sides. You'd have to walk the length of it to see where it comes up.
No, it's all good. He has a rope. I'll sit here at the bottom and wait to catch them if they fall too. Onwards, guys.
Joe crosses the bridge.
Yep, after Chug I'll go.
Okay, Chug, can you make acrobatics or athletics your choice? Sorry, what did you say you were doing?
I'm going to wait at the bottom because Chug has a really long rope that's 50 feet long, which is conveniently the right length to pull me up.
I'm going to make sure that Chug gets to the other side, so I'm going to ready my gust to give him some advantage on that roll.
Okay, roll with advantage.
Well, I'm rolling strength.
Athletics?
Right. Yes, that one. So, first is 16. And 7 is 14. Second is 14.
Yep, so you managed to get across. The bridge is wobbly, but you managed to keep your footing quite sturdy, and you get across. Dodric, your left.
Yep. So I'll be making my way.
Yep, so now you have your boots of spider walking, so I'll give you advantage on your check.
Right. That was athletics, was it?
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
15.
15? Okay. Just like Chug, you follow step for step and get across without any troubles. Lefner, your turn.
Before you go left, Nut, I shout out.
Mhm.
Did someone remember to grab the gold?
Ah,
Hey, yo, we
sorry.
counted out all the gold.
Yeah, you did say that you were doing that during the rest. So, you can divide this up as you wish. I haven't worked out how much it is each, but there's 300 copper pieces in that chest, 120 silver pieces, 180 gold pieces, and 46 electrum pieces.
Did someone write all that down?
So 300 copper.
Yep, 120 silver, 180 gold, 46. It's electrum, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of us.
Yes.
So he times it by 4.
But we can figure that out as we go.
You could already have the math done for us.
Yeah, I could have. I should, but I didn't.
Expecting Dodrick to try and run off with the gold and we'd murder him, and then it's inconsequential, you know?
I'm just planning on killing you first and then running off with the.
I've got it sorted, but let me get across first.
Alright, I get you to roll athletics or acrobatics. Your choice.
What's the distance of the bridge?
It is, I think it was. Let me see if I wrote it down. I think it was 20 or 30 feet. I think 30.
Alright. Well, I'm going to do an acrobatics because that is a +0 rather than a -1.
Yep.
And I got a 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. So you make a few steps across and suddenly a large gust of wind hits the bridge. You weren't prepared for it. And it sort of topples and turns and you grab one of the rope rails, but your footing slides out to the right and you tumble over the bridge and you also start falling.
Okay. As I notice that I do not have myself centered and I am falling, I cast Misty Step to teleport to the other side of the bridge.
Cool. So you start falling,
Very tricky.
pop, and just appear on the safe side.
Yep.
Nice.
So, I was expecting one to pull some sort of trickery as I was going across. So, me walking across was actually a silent image that I casted of myself. But you didn't do anything.
So you're still there.
So now I start to make my way across.
I ready gust.
Yeah.
Alright,
make your roll again. If you want to do that sort of sneaky stuff, just send me a DM.
I did.
You did? Okay. I can't read it in Discord though, because otherwise it messes up the camera.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a 21 for that.
Yeah, so you get across pretty safely.
How are we meant to send you a message if we can't do it in Discord?
You can pick Facebook, Steam, or any other messages,
Use
or even
Discord on your phone, Doc.
Oh, that's fine.
Harry appeared.
Trying to remember Steam.
Yeah, Steam's fine.
Send Devay a message to punch you.
Or yeah. I don't. I'll make sure I've got Discord on my phone, or even I'll have my laptop out next session. So if you do send messages, just do Discord. I'll check my phone the rest of the day. Next session I'll have my laptop. It'll have Discord open in a separate window, and I can check it there. All right, One. What are you doing?
I wave at Chug, and I'm all like, "Hey, Chug, got that rope?"
I tie one end of it to me. No, I tie one end to the side of the bridge, and then I drop it down.
Yeah, I'll make a perception check for me.
20.
20. So
Not natural.
Yep. So you see that there's two large sort of stone stalagmites coming out of the ground where the rope bridge is sort of tied on. And you guys saw this and you inspected them on the way over. You tried to check it for runes and such. And it's a good fixture for you to tie a rope and drop it down. Now the length of the rope that you need to use to tie and then drop it down is probably about 5 feet shorter, or 6 feet shorter than what it needs to be. So this rope, because of the cliff edge, it sort of drops down the center, not sort of neatly up against the wall. So one, you have this rope that's swaying in the wind, and you'd need to make a jump for it off perhaps one of the rocks to try and grab onto it.
Shit, should have tied a weapon to it.
Yeah, to weigh it down.
Or stab him.
Maybe you can just climb down, Chug, and put your hand out.
Nah.
You're the one with the boots allowing you to walk on the edge of the wall.
I'm also very little.
Would my tent have any spare like guy ropes and stuff?
You might need to walk down the edge and boost him up.
Oh, you could probably get a little bit out of it. You wouldn't get very long, maybe 5-10 feet.
I have to jump.
How much do I need?
Well, you got this rope that's sort of swaying in the gentle wind. When it comes down to its lowest, you need 6 feet, which you can almost reach up and grab because you're quite tall.
All right. Yeah, I get one of the like guy ropes or something to help me kind of lasso the rope and grab onto it, and then I jump up and then demand Chug pull me up because I haven't got the strength.
Make an athletics check for me. Nice. All right, so you pull out one of the guy ropes. You've never done this before, but this, you thought it'd be cool if it would work, and you tie a lasso and you whisk it around, and whack, and first go you catch the end of the rope, and it just ties a knot, and you drag it down. You're able to then, it's strong enough. You can climb up your smaller piece of rope onto the big one, and you make your way all the way up, movie star style fashion, to the top without any effort, looking like a boss.
When I get to the top, I kind of like dust myself off, like, yeah.
Choke dust him off even harder.
I was going to help, bring the rope back up, but I walk off in pain.
Choke wheel up the rope.
Alright, cool. Alright. You guys go and saddle your horses, and I take it you start making your way back towards Berein. Now, I've properly looked up the rules for travel here, so I know what actually is going on. Now, you guys did about 2.5 days travel from Berein to the tower. At, on average, a normal pace. There was a couple of times where you went about half pace to be a little bit stealthy, but aside from that, you were, let's just say, 2 full days of non-stop 8 hours travel, and that was from Berein to where you are now. Now, the rules for mounted travel, let me find my note. So, you guys can move 4 miles per hour at a fast pace, 3 miles per hour at a normal pace, or 2 miles per hour at a slow pace. The disadvantage of moving at a fast pace is that there's a penalty to your perception. Normal speed, you have your normal skills, and 2 miles per hour, you effectively have a bonus to your stealth. Now, you can move 8 hours a day without risking exhaustion. And because you're mounted, you can gallop for 1 hour at double pace, effectively getting 9 hours of travel for 8. Now, you can travel past 8 hours with a constitution check. At the end of each hour, you'll do a DC 10 plus 1 constitution check for each hour traveled. Since you're traveling as a group, I would do this as a group check and take the average being higher or lower. Failing the check will award 1 point of exhaustion.
I say we travel briskly, but not for too long because I've got an okay constitution, but it's not great.
Exhaustion sucks.
Yep.
Yep.
If we go for the fast pace, don't we get further?
Yep.
By about 8 miles.
How far is it?
So you're estimating around 2 days full travel, which would be roughly around 50 miles away.
Let's do it. I say we do it.
Spread.
Okay. Everyone else in agreement?
Yep.
For justice.
Okay. Right, you get on your horses and are you galloping for the first hour or whatever to get your double pace?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
How do I name my horse Mustang Sally?
Can you actually give him names? I don't think you can.
Name is a riding horse. That'll just have to do.
I don't know. Okay. So you start galloping along. You travel incredibly briskly down the hill for the first hour, making really good pace. A few more hours go by, and you've made a good amount of distance. But about then, the weather starts to turn. There's quite large dark clouds rolling over. The wind is picking up, and you get the sense that heavy rain is about to come. The road is also turning rather cliffy, with sharp turns and cliff drops on either side of the road as you move along at points here and there. Do you continue to make your pace?
I think we might need to slow it down.
I agree.
Yep.
Do it.
Okay. Now, you're riding, I should have asked before, there's room to ride two abreast, or you're riding single file?
Single file, I'd say now.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. You ride for a couple more hours, and you come to a point in the road where it is incredibly cliffy, and there is a steep drop on both sides of the road. Can I get you all to make an animal handling check with advantage, with your speed?
Is this where that land vehicle
Oh, advantage.
14.
You said with advantage, yeah?
Yeah, with advantage.
19.
Now, a few of you guys, you have in your
22.
tools. So, one, you have vehicles land.
Yeah.
So does Chug.
And chugs. This means that when you're making animal handling checks which would involve a mount or a vehicle, you get to make advantage on those, I believe.
What's double advantage?
It's
So
just
just keep rolling?
just straight advantage. So no, you only get the advantage roll once.
I
But if I was to call for a single check, you guys would get to have advantage on. Oh, sorry, no, you get to add your proficiency bonus. My bad, that's what it is. So you get to add your proficiency to it.
So even though I've already got +3,
Yeah,
which is-
another two for vehicles. Oh, yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'll double check it. Maybe it's just a straight dexterity roll that I'm supposed to ask for. But I'll make a note to double check that.
So my proficiency bonus is +3 because I'm a bard.
Yeah.
So
Just-
I get to add +6 to this roll. Is that correct? Because I already have.
Let's do
+3
that.
for
Do that for now. I'll look it up.
I get 25.
I also get 25.
Yeah. What did you other guys get?
I got, I think it was 14.
Yeah.
I was 19.
19. Dodrick, your horse, as you're moving along, you feel it just sort of shift underneath the gravel and such. You get like you feel a sense of panic quickly with your horse, but it stables up, and you keep going. You did look over to your right, and you can see like a 20-30 foot slide, almost dead straight downhill over the road edge on your right. But you guys cross that, sort of no worries. You get to the end of your 8 hours after making a good amount of time. The air is now cold and rain has set in, although not as heavy as perhaps what you were thinking. Do you guys press on or do you stop?
I I say we stop, and I'll prestidigitate the tent into dryness. You guys are good with that?
Sure.
How long have we been traveling for in total?
8 hours.
8 hours.
I don't think we're due for a stop.
Cool.
Sure.
Yeah, we look for a good spot to stop. That's comfortable.
Okay. You find several thick trees that look like it's providing good canopy cover, but the shrubs and such are sort of grown in. You could perhaps knock a few trees out and set out the tent there. You also see what looks to be a cave, probably about 60 foot off the side of the road, and yeah, down on your left. Has two potential spots to set up.
Oh, my lights keep blinking. So if it goes out, it's because I don't have power.
Good old weather.
Yeah. I reckon caves. What do you guys reckon?
Chug vote cave.
Cave could be interesting.
Left nut.
I like caves.
Chug already more.
Cool. Cave. But Chug, just for the sake of it, I want you to smack one of these trees down.
Chug ignores you.
I suggest Dodrick should test out his new goggles in the cave.
Oh, I'm always wearing them, man. No, they're just sitting on my head like all the time. As soon as like the sun goes out, we're straight.
Straight down. Okay, cool. You go out and you check out the cave. It's quite long in terms of its length.
We're fucked.
Hey,
You were smiling a lot, so we're fucked.
it's fine. I'm always smiling.
Not like that, dodgy fucker.
All right. So the cave has a bit of a rocky base to the front of it. It's about 10 foot high, and the ceiling on the inside is about 10 foot high. The majority of it, and it gradually declines as it gets towards the back. It looks perhaps about 40 foot long. And as you go in, Dodrick, you're going in first, are you?
Yep.
Yep. Make a perception check for me.
Are there any dead squirrels? Have we been here before?
9.
9. You have a wander in. You can see that the walls from left to right are about 15 to 20 foot, varying as it goes back. But you see a pile of bones and sort of fleshy bits just sort of sitting there up against the wall in a couple of spots in this cave.
This is far. Guys, there's bone and fleshy bit. Does it look fresh?
Make a medicine check.
11.
11? Yeah, it doesn't look like hugely old. You would put it, perhaps within a few days.
Is this the troll cave that we've already explored?
No.
Not the one we explored on the way up?
No, you're past that point.
That was just a small cache.
I want to have a look at the bones and see if I can maybe recognize teeth.
Yeah, sure. Make an investigation check.
Is there only
13.
one way in the cave?
Hey?
Is there only one way in the cave? In and
Yes, that you can see. Yes. Yes, there does look to be scratching and some gnawing teeth marks on it.
Any idea what they might be? What kind of animal? Based on, say, the size and the type of.
Make a survival check.
Anyone else good at survival? Someone help me look at this.
Oh, what's this?
Alright, survival with advantage.
13.
13. You're not quite sure what has made it, but the gaps of the teeth look large. You would pit it, bigger than a dog or a large cat.
Right. All right. What do you guys think? Hang out in this cave where some animal's probably going to come back, and then we'll kill it and we'll skin it and make it.
Chug hungry.
All right. Well, I think I'd like to set an alarm at the entrance to the cave, so that if we go deeper and then something follows us in, we'll know about it.
Yeah. You can see the back of the cave. It's not incredibly long. It's only about 45, perhaps 50 feet long, thereabouts.
Okay.
It doesn't continue.
Maybe we won't need that though.
Yeah. So you're about. Just repeating. The cave is about 10 foot high. It's about 15 to 20 foot wide, varying. The mouth of the cave is probably about 10 foot, and it's about 45, 50 long. And it doesn't sort of curve. It's very sort of triangular in shape. It just gets narrower as it gets further back.
Right.
I'd like to do two things. First is check to see if the mouth of the cave is the mouth of a big worm thing that we've just walked into. Is it?
Make a perception check.
7 plus 3, 10.
Looks like a cave.
Are we like living in an age where like mental illness doesn't get diagnosed?
And then I would like to check the walls to see if there's any secret entrances or other ways in. Like, I know that we've had a look, but I'd like to just make sure that none of it's like loose rubble where someone could jump in through a rock and murder me.
Make a perception check.
Oh, that one's better. 16.
16. No, it feels very natural rock as you go around the side. You feel confident that this is a natural cave. That isn't malicious.
Cool.
Towards the back of the cave, is there anything moving or sleep?
No, not that you see.
I'm good. This is safe. I want to go to sleep.
I say we water the horses, eat, and then go to sleep.
Short
All
rest.
at once.
Okay.
Now we have to long rest if it's overnight.
So are the horses in the cave? Are the horses in the cave with you guys?
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, wait, they haven't eaten today because we were riding fast. We have to let them eat. I say we leave them out the front of the cave in sight, but I don't know what the rules are on making horses eat.
Yeah, they'll look after themselves.
Chug not going to break off some branches from trees then.
Yeah, these magical horses that feed themselves, I'm in. Put them in the cave.
Well, whoever's keeping watch, they should have eyesight of the horses as well as interior.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, who's keeping watch first? Are you setting up the tent inside?
Yeah, for a bit of warmth, bit of cover. I assume there's still wind, just because I have to.
Yeah, the weather's starting to get a little bit more wild again. Wind's picking up. A little bit of rain here and there.
Put it over the cave entrance so it doesn't look like a cave anymore.
No, because then whatever lives in the cave will definitely know we're here, because we're getting attacked. We're not... Something's got fresh meat in here. Yeah, I put it into the cave as far as I can without it being, broken. And I put 3 beds in there so the other person has to sit outside and watch.
What time is it?
Yeah.
The time will be about 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, it's nearly bedtime. I go to sleep. I'm not doing first watch. I'll do last watch.
I'll do second watch.
I'll do first.
I'll do third last.
You get to do third.
Wait, that's second.
Third.
Alright, and so you all sit down, you have a bit of a meal around a fire, and the rest of you set off to have a rest, and Lefner, you take watch. Can I get you to tell me what you do and where you are, and can you make a perception check, please?
All right. I sit at the entrance of the tent with the tent doors open, looking at the entrance and keeping an eye on the horses as well. And perception check. Okay?
Yep.
That would be 10.
10? Okay. You have a watch outside, and you can see and hear the wind sort of galing past the cave, and every now and then the wind sort of comes in and everything sort of swirls around. Campfire smoke gets blown out and such. But your watch goes by and nothing much really happens. You hear the odd peep of the odd bird here and there, and hear the rustle of leaves as something's moving around outside, but it doesn't sound scary, or it's probably more the size of a rabbit or something like that. Your watch goes by and nothing happens. You then go to change shifts with Dodric. You wake him up and you lay down and go to sleep. Dodric, can you roll a perception as well? And you just sitting in the same spot, just inside the cave and watching?
Well, if there's a little perch that I can sit on that's slightly elevated, then I would sit on that.
Outside?
Sure.
Okay.
As long as I can have got clear view of the interior of the cave and the horses.
Okay. Roll perception to find a perch.
Non-natural 20.
Nice. So yeah, you go outside and you have a look up, and you can see a couple of rocks, probably about 15, 20 feet up, that's sticking out that look like it'd be a nice spot to sit on. You easily walk up the cliff walls and perch yourself up there. Can I get you to roll perception as you keep watch?
10.
10. About an hour and a half goes through your watch, and you see in a distance two large creatures on all fours making their way towards you.
Based on their speed, how long do I think it'll be before they get here or have sight of?
About a minute or so, a couple of minutes.
Right. Alright. In that case, well, they look like cats.
They're large and look furry.
Furry. One second, I'm just reading about a spell.
Yeah. That's not a very good impression. I can't do that. Sounded way better in my head.
Alright. I want to wait till they get a bit closer and get a closer look at them to try and ascertain what they are and what I know about them.
Okay.
But I don't want them to get so close that they've got clear vision of what's in the cave.
Okay. So you let them continue moving forward for just a few more seconds. You note that they're clearly moving back towards the cave. And they look bearish in nature.
Bugbears.
With bears, do I know something that they would clearly be irrationally afraid?
Afraid of?
Yeah. They have a natural predator that they're afraid of.
Make a nature check.
A critical 20.
Critical 20. Shit.
Now you gotta look it up.
Yep. Now all I get is all this contemporary information about how to scare yourself from bears. I would think that these bears being bigger, they would be afraid of bigger bears. There's not much that can really come in and attack that a bear can't really deal with. He's essentially, especially in this area, one of the higher apex predators around this area. You could think of perhaps an ogre or something large, perhaps a rock or something like that, maybe.
All right.
Yeah,
What I might do
so you
is
would
I want to
know.
cut.
So with that nature check, you would know that something that's bigger than a bear, and a bear is, I believe, a large creature. Yeah, large beast.
Well, I know what an ogre sounds like. We fought them.
Yep.
I want to do a minor illusion coming from the direction of the cave at the bears, which sounds like an ogre roaring really angry.
Okay. So this huge ogre sound just echoes in the distance there, and both bears hear it, and they just stop and they look, and they wait. Do you just keep roaring with the illusion, or is it just a once? Can you? Is it
After
essentially
that,
it keeps going?
well, it's an illusion cantrip, minor illusion. So what's the restriction on reusing a cantrip? Time can just keep going.
Just keep going with cantrip.
All right. The next one, I want to make a sound of like a bear, but yelping as if it's like dying.
Okay.
Like a bear roar, but then it just like has a squeal as if it was like just stabbed and then.
Taken by a rock.
Alright, so you make the sound of a wounded beast in the distance, and you hear both bears, and they just sort of stop and they pause and they wait. And then one of the bears starts to walk towards the sound, and the other one stays put, just watching. The bear that's walked away walks behind some shrubs, a good 60 feet away, and disappears behind the shrubs. You can still see one clearly in sight.
I'm going to make another sound that'll be like an explosion, as if like a magical.
Okay. And where are you making that sound?
From the direction of the cave.
Yep.
It'll be a bit louder than what the previous ones were, as if by getting closer to the cave, it's getting very loud, like it's really.
Okay. Now, I think you just make a sound which emanates from all directions, right? You can't just direct the sound. So my point is that everybody around here is going to hear this, not just the bears. Is that true?
I'm reading it, and it doesn't sound like it has any. It just says you create a sound its volume can range, where the images are all specific.
Yeah. So the sound would be quite loud. So you make this huge explosion, booming sound.
Sorry, guys.
And I'll do that against your spell DC. So this massive, like, boom, it just echoes away from you and towards the bears. And the bear that you see just looks at you and just and gulps away. All three of you guys, can I get you to make a wisdom saving throw?
Nat 20.
12.
5.
5. Leftener just doesn't wrestle at all. Just sleeps straight through the thing. One sort of get the tossing and turning in the sleep, and sort of the eye opens and then goes back, and Chug, you just bolts upright to the sound. As the whole cave is rumbling, and you can just hear the bits of debris sort of falling from the roof of the cave, and you just hear it pattering down around you. The fire, just with the sound, is just sort of flickered and been pushed away from the sound, just with it. Dodrick, can I get you to make a perception check?
5.
5. You can't see the bears. They look
I'm going
like...
to continue keeping watch.
Okay. Chug, you're awake.
Yeah.
I'd like to cast Mage Hand over Chug and have it just slightly pat him on the head.
I think you need to be able to see him. I think.
No, mate.
I think you do.
Well, I should be able to see him because I haven't moved and I had vision of the cave and the horse.
I thought you were outside the cave, sitting on top of the cave mouth, looking.
Is it dark?
Yeah, but I said specifically I'd find a perch where I had vision of the interior of the cave and the horses.
Okay. Alright. So you can see Chug. Sure. And you just create the mage hand. Your mage hand is invisible, I'm pretty sure.
It can be. It doesn't
Can be.
have to be.
Okay.
In this case, I'll allow it to be visible.
Yeah. So Chug, you're like bolt upright and this hand just pops out and just pats your eyebrows and such, and you start to feel a bit woozy and sleepy and over to one side. You fall back asleep.
That was very pleasant.
Just need the baby chimes going off, little melodies, ding ding ding, just going with it. All right, Dodder, your watch comes to an end, and you don't see the side of the bears. You pop down from your perch, you make your way inside, and you wake up Chug, which wasn't.
I tell Chug about the bears.
Okay.
All right. So with that knowledge, Chug, can I get you to tell me where you're going to watch, and roll a perception for me.
Can I patrol between the cave and the horses?
Yeah, it's not very far. You've kept the horses pretty close, maybe within 10 feet of the cave mouth.
Oh, just every sort of 20 minutes or so, I'll change between the horses and the cave.
Okay. Get you to roll perception, please.
11.
11. Your watch goes by. You hear a pretty heavy rustle at some point, maybe about an hour or so into your watch, coming from about 30, 40 feet away. You look, but you don't see anything that's caused it.
Can I hear or smell anything?
No, not that's anything that's different. It is windy still outside. The weather is still wild from the previous night. It makes it hard to sort of catch a scent or to hear anything in great detail.
Can I ready my maul, but I'll stand still.
Okay. 10 minutes go by. 15, 20 minutes go by, and you don't see anything else.
I don't hear anything either.
Hey?
I don't hear anything either.
No.
Alright, I continue patrolling.
Okay. Alright, so you keep walking around. Nothing else, majorly or anything of notice sort of really happens during your watch. You finish up and you go and wake up Juan for his. Juan, can I get you to make a perception roll?
Uh, 22.
22. You just perch yourself outside of the cave just like the others, or are you sitting inside the cave?
Well, I assume Chug didn't tell me anything because he didn't say anything, so I'm just kind of like chilling at the entrance like Lefner did at the start. I'm fully unaware of things that have gone poorly.
Okay.
So, at the entrance of the tent, just looking out, I'm starting to I start wandering around and gathering some sticks, I guess.
Yep.
For the fire that could go breaking in the morning, checking the horses.
Cool.
Hero as one, eaten by a bear.
Your watch goes by. The weather starts to calm down as the morning sun starts to rise. You hear the sounds of birds. You see some morning critters running around. Rabbit, decent sized lizard.
Ooh, can I catch it
Hey,
for food?
you can try if you want.
I try.
Alright, make a survival check.
$11.
You attempt. Actually, let me roll against it. Yeah. So you attempt to chase after it, but it's just a little bit too quick. And it darts off.
In sadness, I head back towards the cave. You know, no fresh food, but start getting out some, I don't know, whatever we have for breakfast. I assume we've still got lots of rations left.
Yep.
We've played for a long time.
Okay. Your watch finishes. Nothing else sort of happens. Everybody sort of now wakes up, and you've again now had the benefit of a full night's rest. You eat on the morning fire, pack your stuff, jump on your horses, make your way back to the path, and continue on.
Before we do,
Yeah.
I want to interject. I'm just gonna grab my stone since it's recharged overnight.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say we're on our way, possibly one day away. What's happening?
So you send your message. You wait a moment, and you get a reply back. Cultists have snuck into the town. They've taken a quarter, well, not a quarter. Sorry, he doesn't mumble. That's me. They've taken the north side of the town, and they're now holding a sort of barricade. More people have gone missing. We need, and it cuts off again.
Okay. Bastards got our house.
Where was our house?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess that.
Apologies. I meant to say that with a good deal of desperation and put that into his voice. I didn't. He sounded very calm. Like, as he said that, it was rushed and with a degree of panic in the voice.
Charge!
Okay. Now, sorry, I just need to quickly do a little bit of math. Okay. What sort of pace are you making? Fast pace again?
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
Definitely.
You jump back on your horses, single file down the road, and can I get a marching order, please?
Go first.
Second.
I'll leave it up to Dodrick for the last.
Oh,
I'm
well.
nervous about going into a town that's under siege.
Okay. Now, you start off, horses nicely rested, and start into a gallop, and cover a good deal of distance in your first hour. In the second hour, you come galloping down, and the road is starting to level out. There's less cliffs now, and it's more getting flatter as you feel that you're getting close to Berein. You get a few more miles down, and Chug, you notice just as they do, a group of 3 cultists walking down the road. And they stop and see a group of 4 horses coming towards them. And you recognize the cultists with their robes, which has been similar to the guys that you've dealt with before.
What's that game where you're on a horse and have a hammer?
Polo?
Yeah.
Just wait. Are they all in line?
Hey? Yeah, they're walking towards you. They've seen you. They've stopped, embracing. You're probably a good 60 feet away, but you recognise them as you've just rounded a bend.
Is that just me seeing it, or does everyone see that?
You're first. The way that the rules sort of work is second and third in single file. Sort of your checks don't really come into this. The rear, Dodrick, your checks would come into it when sort of potentially seeing something approaching from the rear. But the single file is whoever's first is usually the one to sort of see it and also to cop the brunt of whatever, if you guys get seen.
I'm wondering if it's any worth. Yeah, I'll yell out.
Kill him, Chug!
I'll yell out stop, and I'll charge at the cultists.
Alright, so you stop! You come charging out, you got the maul, you just take it off the side. Are you charging at him with the maul in one hand? Like polo style?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so you see the group of three, you see the one standing against him, goes, shoot, and he pushes him to the side, and the guy runs off to the side of the road, and the other guy jumps and he runs off to the left and to the side, and the one in the middle sort of stands waiting for you to approach. You three have just seen Chug shout, "You stop!" and then drawn his maul and galloped forward. He has a good 10-15 feet head start ahead of you. What do you guys do?
Chase the one that ran to the left.
I don't want to charge in. I want to stay back, but on my horse.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to stay next to one. I reckon I
Cowards.
can safely cut from my horse.
Okay. Hold on a second. Just seeing if I've got a map that could be useful. Otherwise, we might just.
Don't get me wrong, I'm certainly pursuing on my horse. Gonna jump on the guy and dagger him. It's gonna be great.
Give me a couple of minutes.
Daddy, give me a map.
Give you what? You want a map?
Give me a map.
Give you a map. God damn it.
So, because we're on the mounts, we get to use the mount's speed and stuff instead of our own, correct?
Yes. In terms of actual travel, though, when you're traveling long distances, it does sort of state that your mounted travel is the same as your walking pace. You just use the mounts because it's easier for a human to travel.
Cool. So, by staying on it, I maintain the horse's 60-foot speed, yeah?
Yes. Now, if you're trying to maneuver the horse in sharp turns and such, you will need to make an animal handling check.
And can I use its actions? Like, it's got, more damage than me.
I suppose so.
It's got, like, +5 to hit. That's pretty cool. Alright, so what are we doing?
I'm just trying to select everything. Yeah, so, sorry, give me a couple more minutes. working for me. I'm just going to move you guys here.
What? No horses.
Yeah, I couldn't get the horses to quickly go underneath you. I could perhaps sort of bind it and create a sprite that's both, but at the moment I don't have that.
It's fine.
For the cultists, just going to use 3 of these fellas. Alright, so Chug, you're up ahead. One and Lefter and Dodric, you can position yourselves where you want, but we're going to start combat. So if everybody could roll initiation, please.
Seven.
7?
8.
Yep.
15.
I got a 0.
Do you have any plus?
No.
Any? Oh, you got a minus, do you?
I got a 1 and I got a minus 1.
What did you get, Dodric? 15?
Yep.
Give me another 30 seconds or so just to quickly bring up a stat sheet. That's what I wanted. Alright, Dodric, you're up. Your movement for this is 60 feet on your horse, but if you are moving, if you're going to move the full 60 and you want to attack from your horse, you will need to make an animal handling check before each attack.
Right. Well, I'm going to charge the horse directly at this guy. And just as I approach, I'm going to leap off the horse and attempt to jab my daggers into his chest. Like a very angry half.
Okay.
Acrobatic,
Acrobatics. Make an acrobatics check.
not animal handling.
You're leaping off him, so you can make the acrobatics as you attempt to jump off the horse and land on the colt.
I got a 1, but I'm lucky. 16.
16. All right. You get about 10 feet away from the cultist, and you jump off and just like scary halfling style, holding out these 2 blades, just coming down to land on top of him and attempt to drive both blades into him. Can I get you to make 2 attack rolls?
Would you say that he was surprised? I got 10 and 10.
Both 10s?
Yeah.
Yeah. as you like scream, and your little halfling didn't have quite enough momentum, and he just falls short and just hit the ground just before him. And the cultist is like standing, takes a step back, a little bit surprised, but you just hear the and he just starts laughing at you. One, you're up. Oh, are you doing anything else? That's your attack and bonus attack movement as well. Not sure if you've got.
I just scream at him.
So this little halfling just roars at him. And he just sort of
Yes.
laughs some more. One, your turn.
How close are they all together?
As they are within 15 feet of each other, 10 feet of each other.
Cool. I'd like to cast Fairy Fire in the middle so they all get nice and caught up in it.
Does that affect Dodric as well?
Each object is outlined. Any creature in the given area is also outlined. If it fails a dex saving throw.
I can take it.
I think, can you say that friendlies automatically pass it?
No, it's AoE, bruh.
Yeah, but I thought, hold on.
No, not this one. I get to pick the colour, but that's about it.
It's alright, man. I can take it.
So this is a 20-foot cube, so I think you can't quite get there because that'd be 25 feet looking at that map.
You said they're all 10.
Yeah,
The
they're
middle.
10 feet away from each other. You can see that they're on the map. Where's your little ruler?
See? 20.
20 feet? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. Alright. There's.
But I cast it like... No, I haven't got the... There's the... This one. Yeah, I cast it back here so it doesn't get Dodric. And it's like 10 feet that way. And
Okay.
then-
Yep. That
Sure.
works. So
Doesn't
what
make
have I got to
sense.
do? Dexterity save.
Dex saves all round versus 14.
Dex. Monsters. Dex. 2 pass, 1 fails. I have a 14, a 15, and a 12.
Oh shit.
And the 10 was in the middle of my dice, so it will be the middle one.
So we all get advantage on him until he dies, and he can't hide. Nah, it's only really for a minute, or until my concentration is broken.
Okay. Cool. You doing anything else?
Nah, I can't. I just chill on my horse. I give it a little nudge so it whinnies a little bit. It's like, and it gruffs a little bit.
Alright, Lefter, your turn.
So the one Dodric's attacking still alive.
Yes.
We get advantage on the middle guy, and the far one's just being a dude.
Yep.
Okay. I am going to take aim from the back of my horse, and I'm going to cast an Eldritch Blast at the middle.
Okay, roll with advantage.
Okay. 13 plus 5, 18.
18, that hits, roll damage.
Uh, 10 damage.
Nice. You let go of this bolt of force out of your hand and strikes him. Boom, it almost knocks him over. He gets down on three. Down on three limbs, but he stands himself back up. Now, each of the cultists take their turn. Are you doing anything else? Apologies.
So the distance west, I'm still about 60 feet away. Is that right?
Yes.
And I will hold steady.
Okay. Alright, so the cultist in front of you, Dodric, is going to attack you with 2 melee attacks. Does it say what he's holding? dagger. And that is a 21 to hit and a 16 to hit.
16 AC.
Ooh, both hit. Right. Oh, they don't do much. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You take 6 piercing damage as the guy. He just takes 2 quick strikes and stabs you with his daggers. The one in the center, having been hit by the Eldritch Blast from Lefner, holds up his hand, facing you, Lefner, and can I get you to make a Wisdom saving throw?
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You just sort of shrug it off a little bit. You sort of feel like a sense of warmth just go over you, and that's sort of it. The cult is clearly frustrated at what you've done. And
Thank him for the warm feelings.
and he takes a step back. The top cultist eyes off Chug, and he casts spell on Chug. Now, hold on. Ah, you can't cast that one. Apologies. So he casts Sacred Flame on you, Chug. Can I get you to make a dexterity saving throw, please?
No, that's my worst one. 7.
7? You fail. What are your resistances? Is it just fire?
I'm not resistant to fire.
Oh, okay. Or is it disease? You're not resistant to any damage types?
Yeah, just defense is disease.
Okay. You take 5 radiant damage as a beam of fire just hits you and burns you. And then he's going to look to the brightly glowing cultist behind him. And he waves his hand and a shimmering shield appears around the cultist.
Did he cast that on himself or the one behind him?
Cast it on the middle one. So the top guy's cast on the middle one there. Okay. Chug, it's your turn.
Can I swing a two-handed weapon off a horse, or how does that work?
I'll say yes with a successful animal handling check.
Okay. I shall ride up around here and then flank the top one.
Yep. Get your roll animal handling.
13. Is that when I get my proficiency bonus as well?
Yes.
So that would be 15.
15. Yep. Make an attack.
19.
19 damage, or 19 to hit.
19 to hit.
No, that hits. Roll damage.
4, 1 plus 3. so that's 8.
8 damage. Nice. So you right up next to him with your maul and whack, you give him a good crack. You hit him across the shoulder and you almost knock him prone. He just takes it oof as he takes it. He sort of stands there up furious. He's like, "Oh, I'll get you." Dodric, your turn.
Alright. The guy that's still in front of me, I'm going to attempt to jump on his leg and crawl up his back and grapple him.
Okay. Make a strength check, please.
I got a 1. But I'm lucky.
Can you do that every time you get a 1?
I think you can.
I can.
Halflings.
That's so cool.
I got a 6.
6?
Yeah.
You try to run underneath his legs and he sort of sees you and just puts a foot and just sort of pushes you the other way. You try desperately to sort of grab him and he just sort of holds you at arm's length, just keeping your arms sort of grabbing up, trying to get him. He's sort of holding you there. He's just smiling and confident now. And he is actually, while he's holding you, you feel your head just immediately burn. As he attempts... he tries, it starts to get hot, and then you see him just sort of stop, panic, and he's like, and nothing happens. He's just sort of sitting there, he stops and he pushes you back, and he's sort of just looking at himself in doubt. Actually, it's not even his turn. It is Juan's turn. Oh, that's what happens when it's his go. Sorry, getting ahead of myself.
So, Dodric's been like grappled by this guy, or
He's just been held away as Dodric's trying to push into him, almost head first, cartoony style, and the bigger, taller dude's just got his arm out, just holding him back.
Did you say that he was burnt?
No, he was trying to cast a spell through his hand, and he rolled an attack and it didn't work. So you've resisted it, or it just hasn't worked, and he's sort of now confused as to why it did not.
No.
So
I look at him and I kind of just give this little grin and start laughing at what a dickhead.
So are we actually like this, far away, like this 40 feet away, or are we?
Yeah, that'll do.
This?
Yeah.
Cool. I'd like to rock my horse on in here to about. I can't attack from a diagonal, can I?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll go for this guy. I just want to rock on up with my horse, my pony. Be like, no. And just try and whack him with my whacking staff of lightning. I don't want to use the ability. I just want to whack him. I don't feel these guys are worth burning all my slots.
You're gonna get flanked.
Yeah, I am. No, I should be good, because if I get flanked right now, they both come out and they take the attack of opportunities. So is that all good, Darty?
Sorry, say that again. I was just reading up on mounts. Apologies.
I want to ride on in on my pony, right?
Yep.
And it's a gallant steed. Galleon? I don't know. Anywho, get all up on this dude and kind of charge him and whack him with my quarterstaff on the way through.
Yep.
And if I can, plow right through him, use the full charge. This horse has got some distance to go. It gets up speed. Just boom, straight through him. I'd prefer to knock him down if you'll allow it than actually attack him, but I just want to fuck him up.
I'll do a couple of things to see if he can dodge out of the way, because you are attempting to charge him and you are coming from a distance, which gives him a little bit of an opportunity to spend his reaction to react. I was just reading on mounted combat, and it basically says a domesticated mount will follow your actions. Now, you can allow the horse to act independently or dependent on your movement, and it suggests that these rules suggest that a dragon or whatnot may act on its own accord while you're just riding on the back firing spells off or whatnot. You don't need to make an animal handling check, but I still may make you make one when you try and do something outrageous like what you're trying to do right now. So I'd like you to make an animal handling check as you attempt to charge him. He's going to try and make an acrobatics check to move out of the way.
Do I still get a double proficiency bonus for being amazing?
Doug shouts words of encouragement.
I'll allow that, yeah, for now.
I rolled a 19, and if we're going by those rules, I
Yep.
get a +6.
Okay, so can you make your attack from the staff? And can I get you to make another attack from the horse as it attempts to trample him?
Alright. Any order or don't care?
Any order, just tell me what you're doing first.
So staff, I'm going to roll a hit.
With advantage?
With advantage, did you say?
Yeah, it's the glowy one.
Yeah. The staff, I don't get advantage, do I?
He's glowing, so don't you get advantage on attack rolls?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant the staff's the glowy one. I'm like, yeah, it's my lightning staff. It glows, I heard. 16 plus 2, 18.
That hits.
Cool.
Roll
And
damage.
do I get the one or two-handed damage?
You tell me if you're swinging. I would say if you're on
I'd say for
horseback,
the horse, it's gonna be-
you're one-handed.
So 3 plus damage, 1d6. Yeah, it's just 3 damage. Does that damage have the bonus?
You get the +1.
Yeah, because it doesn't have it on the normal thing. So
Yeah, I might have to look at that. It should automatically come in, but yeah, you should have the +1 damage for that.
cool.
So-
The 4 damage.
Okay. Are you not using the ability?
No, I feel these guys are going to be weak, and I don't want to burn on my abilities.
Okay.
Now roll for the horse. What does he get? Like, what am I rolling?
If you go to your equipment, go to
2d4.
extras, click on your riding horse,
Is it a strength?
and just do a hooves hit with him.
I wanted to knock him down, not kill him.
Ah,
That
okay.
makes sense. I wanted to just use the horse to charge and bowl him down, like
Lock him prone. Okay.
fucking, full use the horse as a fucking bludgeoning.
Can you make a strength check using the horse's stats? And you'll be contesting against the strength check of the cultist.
I got 7.
It has +3.
Yeah, I know. That was inclusive.
So as the horse sort of comes by, it sort of lightly grazes the cultist. He manages to sidestep and cops an oomph, and he sort of does a bit of a twirl on the spot. But he is still standing.
Isn't he also shielded as well?
Yes, he does have a shield.
Oh, should that have got advantage? Or do we...
Yes, it should have. Oh, no, it's not an attack roll. Sorry. It's only attack roll,
Damn it.
isn't
I
it?
screwed myself.
So, Lefner, your turn.
Okay. So they're aggressive little buggers, aren't they? I'm gonna move a little bit because I feel like one's got my line of sight.
Okay.
I also need to check the range of my abilities. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move forward, still on the horse, just so I'm in a bit more. Still got a bit of line of sight on 2 of the go. Is one more injured than the others?
The one in the middle looks, scratched up a bit. The one at the top is sort of, he's been hit, but he's looking really good. And the one at the bottom is unhurt.
And is anyone in trouble? Like, I heard Dodrick was wrestling back.
Yeah, but that's just more comedic and cartoony, as they're both sort of flailing at each other and not really much is happening. Neither have struck the other yet.
That's not true. I took 6 damage before, didn't
Ah, yes.
Okay.
But I'm good.
The
You
one
could have said that was falling off the horse.
the one that's next to Dodrick, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on.
Yep.
So it's a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom?
30. Yep.
17.
Okay, so he still takes. So he doesn't run away from me. Takes half as much damage, so 4d6. You take 7 damage.
7? So you just assault him with psychic damage, and you just see him go, he grits his teeth a little bit and winces back up, and almost unfazed.
Okay. No,
Anything else? No, that's it.
that's me.
Okay, so the first cultist has already acted on Dodric. The second cultist is going to reach and touch Juan's mount. Alright.
I cast my ability Cutting Words as I realize he's going to do something
Okay.
as a reaction. I can't remember how it works. Give me a sec. Cutting Words. I roll my dice against these. My,
Yeah.
dice. 6.
Cool. He got a 0.
Ah, damn it! I'm wasting abilities.
Yeah, he goes to touch it, and it attempts to conjure some sort of arcane to, hurt it, but nothing happens.
Does the horse get a reaction?
Hey, the horse? No, sadly. All right, so now the top cultist, he is going to. So he stares blankly at you, Chug, and can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Uh, 12.
12? And you resist it. You feel like an energy come over you and just sort of shrug it off, and nothing happens. And the cultist is frustrated. Chug, it's now your turn.
If I jump off the horse, am I going to trigger his reaction? Like
If you, yes, we're playing it, so yeah, if you move from one square to the other, you will. Yeah.
As in, I'm just dismounting.
If you're staying in the same space, then no.
Alright, I'll dismount and then I'll just attack him.
Okay, roll attack.
Yeah, 16.
That hits, roll damage.
See. Another one. 10.
10 damage. That's a hit. So you jump off your horse and land on both your feet, and as soon as you land, you just send your maul just upwards with the backward swing, and you crack him in the jaw, and you just hear teeth just smashing together, and a couple of teeth just fly out of his mouth, blood dripping everywhere. And as the maul connects, you just hear an almighty crack in the face. No, he's still standing.
Ah.
His blood is now dripping everywhere out of his mouth. Dodric, it's your turn.
Is this a tree next to me or
It's a tree.
does it look like I could hide in it?
Yeah, you could attempt to hide there.
I do a disengage, run up the tree, and attempt to hide with my bow.
Okay, roll stealth.
$24.
Nice. So you just quickly just step back and disappear behind the tree, and the cultist tries to track you, and you can see he's searching the tree. You feel hidden.
I like to say I'm in the tree.
Yeah. Yep. The tree's probably a good 20 feet tall, thick trunk, real bushy leaves, and provides a good amount of cover for you to hide and run around in.
Cool.
Are you doing anything else? You get to disengage as a bonus.
Yeah, well, I
did
use
both.
disengage and hide,
Hide.
so that counts as for action and
Yep.
bonus action. So that's me.
Okay. 1, your turn.
I guess. Yeah, I just try and. No, I want this guy that's in front of me to die. So I try and whack him again.
Alright.
Nah, I don't do that. Nah, that's dumb. I suck at that. It turns out I'm terrible. I cast Vicious Mockery on him.
Yep.
He gets a 14 Wisdom save.
Then move to the other one so Chug can get reaction and smack you while he tries to.
14. 13 plus 1.
So does that mean he saved?
He saves.
Damn it. Well, that's upsetting for me. Then I've done nothing this turn.
Nothing else happens?
It's a cantrip, but I don't get, like, bonuses out of it.
Alright, left now, your go.
Okay. Do I blow another thing? Alright, I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the one next to Chug.
Okay.
Chug, you are in melee of that guy, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. 13 Wisdom save for you, Dan.
18.
He's not running today.
Sorry,
Still
I'm rolling
takes that
really
one.
well on the saves, just not doing so well on the damaging.
So half of 15, it's rounded down, yeah?
Yeah, so 7.
7 damage to him.
So you cast it on him, and like he's got blood just sort of coming out, like drooling, gushing out of his mouth. And James, you raise your hand and you cast your spell on him, and just seeing, and he sort of just grits his teeth, and you can see that it's assaulting him now. He's sort of bleeding from the nose, and he's looking incredibly like worse for wear. He stops, he turns, he goes, "Guys, should we run?" He goes, "No, get him!" And so the top guy is going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and you see next to you, Chug, a floating maul just pop, just appears, and it's sort of giving off a light shimmer.
Chug's is bigger and he just growls.
And that maul is now going to swing at you. And that is a... Sorry. Will he attack? Okay, so it's a 22 to hit. And... 1d8. And that is a 9 bludgeoning damage as this maul then cracks you in there.
Alright, so I
In the
block
side of
through
your-
and 6.
Okay. The one in the middle there is going to again, actually, hold on, sorry. Apples, in your head you just hear, "Run." Just coming out of it. Yeah, just echoes in your head. Can you please make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, that's a spell command, right?
I got an 8.
You fail.
Do I run with the horse or without?
You run. I suppose that's your choice. You're moving as one. Okay, so the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on your next turn. So it's that one.
So is that all I do on my next turn, or can I at that run and then turn around and cast a spell? And
Yeah.
how far do I have to run?
You must follow the command. That's all it says.
It's gonna hurt.
And the bottom one, Dodric, is going to attempt to find you.
Oh, what's my passive on that?
I think it would use your previous stealth check, I would think. Because you're hidden with that roll. At least that's the way I'm working with this one. And he's searching in the
Right.
trees, and he cannot find you.
So he's going against 24.
Correct. Because, yeah, you and him have got this little thing going, and you've just disappeared, and he's now trying desperately to try and find you. And he just, guys, he's in the trees! Can you see him? I can't see him! You just hear in the back, shut up, you idiot! Get the other ones! Chug, it's your turn.
If I were to cause him to flee, would that sort of trigger my own attack of opportunity or reaction?
I would say so, yes.
No, surely Half-Face is almost dead, so I'm just going to take an attack at him.
Okay. Roll attack.
19.
That hits, roll damage.
Six and a 1 again, so that's another 10.
Oh. So you, after taking this crack from this maul, you just turn around and just look at him and just woof, and you just swing the maul at head height and you just connect like directly into the sides of his head, and you just hear this almighty snap as the head violently turns at a right angle and the body just sort of ragdolls and then collapses onto the ground.
The head hit 1?
Hey?
Does the head hit 1 or Dodric?
No, it's just sort of spun around on the spot. Maybe moved 3 or 4 feet to the left with your swing. But you have essentially destroyed him.
I shall then move. What's that? 10. Can I go 15, 20? Dead.
Cool. So I'll make it. I've just removed him just for the combat, so you know that he's dead. End of combat, I'll bring them back so you know where the bodies are.
Alright, now move behind the other one. Unless that's going to trigger his reaction.
No, that should be fine.
Actually, stuff it. If I move the, and he does get a reaction, that'll put one in a flanking position.
Yes.
One's gonna go for a run at the start of his next turn.
Okay. I won't.
But he doesn't get a reaction, does he?
Not if
You're moving
he's-
into his area. You're not running out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if one runs away, then he's no longer flanked, so that doesn't matter.
I get you.
Whatever, I'll stay there.
Okay. Alright, Dodric, your turn.
Well, my idea is that I'm going to tackle myself at this guy, and try and jab my daggers into him.
Okay.
So out of the tree, down on him.
Yep. Now he hasn't seen you, so make an attack roll with advantage. I'll make, 2 attacks, both with advantage.
So the first one, I got a 3,
Yeah.
and then I got a crit 20.
Okay.
And the second one, I got 15.
15. Both attacks hit. Roll damage. Double your dice for the first one.
So double is double the total, right? So it would be 2 plus my plus 5 damage, which is 7, which
Yeah.
would be 4.
So you can do it two ways. I think we just double the result of the dice. I think that's what we've done in the past. Otherwise, the other choice is to roll the dice twice and add them, both results together.
Yeah, I double the total of my damage, not double the...
No, you double the dice. You don't double the modifiers and the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Just the dice result.
Right.
Yeah, if it says 3d8, you get 6d8s.
Yeah.
Okay.
No extras.
So that's 9. Because I had advantage, I also get my sneak attack. So just 2d6 extra damage.
Yep.
So that's 9 and 8, so 17.
Oh, that's huge. This tiny little halfling just goes, "Rah!" Just drops out of the tree, drop bear style. Both daggers straight into him. You just hear, "Rah!" He's just rolling off. Hey, get him off me! And he sort of flings you, and you just land safely to the ground. And he's just got cuts and stuff coming everywhere. He turns around. You'll pay for that. And yeah, well, one. One's next. Apologies. One. Your turn.
So I leap off my horse and start running like a crazy bitch.
Okay. So
because that's what I have to do.
Yeah. So use your.
I assume.
Yeah, you just go off the board, but you're 60 feet that way.
No, I said I jump off the horse and start running.
Yeah, but you would use your dash action. I would expect. Which would be
Take
double
dash,
your.
so run.
Oh. That's run.
Oh no, up to you. How far? 60?
60.
Alright. Shit. What do I have that's got that range? Alright. Spin around at the end and go, aha! I'm away from you, you stupid fuck. As a vicious mockery. Yeah. Wisdom save.
Hold on. I think you only get to use that one action for your turn.
No, that's it's movement. It's not an action. I get.
Hold on. Okay. No, that's fine. Yep. Cast it.
Cool. I cast it. Does he save?
Hey.
Does he
Save.
14.
He does not. He rolled a 3.
Yeah, he's gonna take 2 whole damage and have disadvantage until his next turn.
Okay.
He's already. Yeah.
He has disadvantage now.
Yeah.
Until his next turn or on his next turn?
Just checking now. Lost the spell. And have disadvantage on the next attack roll he makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay. Alright, left now, you'll go.
Okay. So we still have the 2 left alive. Alright, so I'm just going to cast down at the center one a Eldritch Blast.
Alright, roll damage. Roll attack with advantage. Sorry?
Ooh, advantage.
Do you think we should try and apprehend one of these guys?
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Well, I 16.
16, that hits. Roll damage.
5.
5 damage to the bolts. Left forward, another blast of energy. He just sort of and just hits him in the shoulder, and he ricochets back as it strikes him. You just hear oof as he takes the damage. He's starting to look, pretty hurt. Actually, both of them are starting to look fairly hurt now.
That's me.
That's you? Alright, so the cultist that you just attacked, he is going to look at you. Oh, where's my... There he is. And he's going to cast Spiritual Weapon. And again, just like with Chug before, a sword, like just a scimitar, just pops out of nowhere just next to you. And it's going to make an attack against you. It has disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh, and that's an 18 with disadvantage.
What did you roll?
15 and 14.
God damn. Alright.
That hits.
I'm 11, so yeah.
And you take 7 piercing damage. Or slashing damage, sorry. As the sword cuts into you.
Because that's a spell, that doesn't trigger my reaction, does it?
Correct. And the cultist next to you, Debondi, you just hear, HALT! In your head. And can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
It's a good one. 19.
And you just, no.
I scream. I go, ah!
He's just like, hey, I think we should go. And the other guy's, yeah, probably a good idea. And he is now going to spend his action to try and run past you. So you get an attack of opportunity as he attempts to flee.
With this attack of opportunity, can I use it to attempt to grapple him instead of just attack?
I think it has to be an attack.
It's not good. It is a 9.
9? So he just turns and bolts, and you were surprised. He was looking pretty sore, and you weren't quite ready for him to move so fast. And he just bolts out. You try and slash after him, but you just hit swift to clean air. And he now moves 30 feet. We'll just say he heads up this way and then back as he attempts to bolt around and flee back down the road. Chug, it's your turn.
Chug, just scream, stay down, and I smash my hammer on the ground.
Okay. I forget what I wrote on that weapon. Can you just read the action out?
When you hit the ground with the hammer, it causes shockwave in a 30-foot cube, requiring all standing characters to pass a DC 13 acrobatics check or fall prone.
Okay. Dodrick, can you make an acrobatics check, please?
11.
All three of you fall prone.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, you need to make one too, Chug.
Yep. What's that? 11.
11? So all four of you just turn around just with the hammer and just drive it into the ground, and the whole round just erupts violently, and you weren't prepared for it, and all four of you in the affected area just just flip over and fall onto your back.
I use my remaining movement to get up.
Okay. Dodrick, it's your turn.
Alright, so I need to expend half my movement to get up.
Yes.
Right. And I can. Okay, so I'll expend half my movement to get up.
Yep.
And then I'll dash.
Okay.
So my total, if I'm dashing, would be
You get
50 feet.
You get 60. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, you're correct. Yep. So what's your movement? Sorry.
My movement's 25 feet.
Yeah. So you would use half, which would be 12. Then you would dash to then double your movement, and I would say that would be your remaining movement. So you would get 25 feet of movement again to go.
Yeah. Cool.
So you can get
which means that I'll be able to catch up to this other guy.
Yep.
Now he's prone as well.
He is.
So he will have disadvantage in a grapple. I'm wondering if because he's prone, if I'd be better off just trying to do a grapple, or if I grab a rope from my bag and just try and tie him up. Or same thing.
You would.
You have advantage on either one.
So you're still moving around. You'd have to do a means of a strength check to attempt to restrain him first, and then you would have to use an action once he was be restrained to then tie him up. I would think so. You would have you'd have to grapple him first and hold him in place, and then use an action to attempt to restrain him.
Maybe what I'll try and do is instead of trying to grapple him, I'll just like stand over him, scream in his face, "Stay down!" Try to intimidate.
Alright, make an intimidation roll.
It's good. I got 20, non-natural.
20. Yes. Okay, little man, leave me alone. Just don't hurt me.
Success.
You hear from the other one, "Oh, you freaking whip!" That's your turn.
Yeah.
Alright, 1, your go.
So would I be able to get back up to this dude if I like dash?
If you dash,
or
you
what
can.
do I need to do? I want to get up to him, and yeah.
Yeah, you're 60
I
feet
can do
away.
that.
I know not off the map, but you're exactly 60 feet. So if you dash, you'll get straight back up to him. Not to that one,
Cool.
though. That would be only the first
I
one.
want to undo that, and I want to get right up next, and I want to just hold the staff like up to his head and go, "You can surrender like your mate, or you die. You pick."
Alright, make an intimidation roll.
Uh, 15.
15. He just spits blood in your face. He goes, "I'll die and do my master proud."
I wave at, the chug behind him and be like, "Bring the hammer down." 'Cause I'll try and I'll miss, knowing my luck.
Alright,
Should
left
I try?
up, your go.
I've got advantage, don't I?
Hey, you've used your action to move.
Yeah. I say, "Bring the hammer down, chug," and I sound all cool while I do it.
So which one's
Standing there waiting.
They
for
are both on lying prone.
Okay, but which one are we trying to keep alive?
The one that's in the top left corner near Dodrick.
Okay, alright. In that case, I'm going to just ride up. So I'm with the other.
Yep.
No chance of line of sight problems. And I turn to the one next to Dodrick and I say, "Watch this." And then I aim at his friend with an Eldritch Blast.
Alright, can you just roll a normal attack roll, please?
Don't we have advantage on that guy?
You actually have disadvantage while attacking with ranged on prone targets, so they cancel each other out.
They do. Okay, 19.
That hits. Roll damage.
6.
6. So you just cast Eldritch Blast. You just see the guy on the ground. You just fire it straight to his face, and his head just partially collapses under the blast. And the body just shifts and moves and goes completely limp.
Nice.
With that, I'll probably say combat will end because the other guy is now giving up willingly. What do you do now? Or do you just want to... Hey.
Yeah, we can save interrogation for next time, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've run plenty over time. So, alright, you restrain him. I'm pretty sure, Dodric, you've got something, some rope or something, you tie his hands, and he just happily sits there. Cool. Alright, come back next week.
So everyone knows, if they don't, you can always say your attacks and stuff are non-fatal, and you knock them out instead.
Yes.
Just in case you want to. You don't have to sit there and make it difficult. Just beat the shit out of it and say it's non-fatal as you do it, and they go unconscious. And you get a victim. Just in case you
I'll keep that in mind when I impale them with my dagger.
Yeah, I was going to say, stab him in the arm and like sever an artery, but say it's non-fatal.
I non-fatally kill him.
I whisper into his ear, it's non-fatal.
As you push the knife into his other ear. Alright,
Alright, cool. So, you guys happy 2 weeks from now?
Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
Yep.
2 weeks from now, you're going to be possibly driving.
I may be. I'm going to...
Possibly what?
I'm going to Canberra to visit James.
It's a public holiday.
It is. I reckon I should be home by then, maybe? We probably
Oh,
want to
you
get
will
a bit
be.
early enough.
If you leave it, as long as you leave before 10, you'll be back well before 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Whether you're exhausted or, or whatnot.
We'll see how we go. We'll leave it for there. If it's looking like I'm not going to be here, I'll let you know well ahead.
Well,
We'll aim for that. Cool. Alright, that was fun.
Cool.
I'm going to sleep. It's late.
me too.
Yeah, past Apple's bedtime. Goes to bed at 9 o'clock these days, he tells me.
He's already gone.
Nice. Alright, yeah, that was good. Got some cool new stuff too, so...
Finally, I can see in the dark.
Yeah, I looked at that item and just thought, nah, I've got to give you that. You've got to have it. It's become tedious and frustrating enough that now we can just go past it. You can just see like
I
everybody
mentioned to
else.
Stefan at work, like, it sucks because all the other players just make fun of me because I can't see in the dark. And we're like, we need to like get your DM to make like your next campaign just a journey to get you dark vision somehow.
And then you can rock up
Bloody
and just
Riddick.
say, oh, I got it.
I've goggles.
Yeah, but no, in the DM it'll be twisted. You'll only be able to see in the dark, not in the day.
Well, at least I can slip them up. They are goggles.
You're a mini Riddick.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Hey
So-
James, just want to
So-
point out, you left your gem behind.
I did too.
It's still in the tower.
That's alright. We're gonna go meet up with Liam.
So,
We'll figure out what to do after the fact. Maybe Grigor could use it to give us some vision or some help later on. Who knows?
that could work out.
Alright, I gotta go.
No worries, man. See you later.
Bye.
There's
Wait.
Bye.
Pacing a bit better now?
That was fun. Yeah.
So, I've got a list of things that could potentially happen depending on what you guys do from here. And essentially there's a timer. So, which has already started.
I was wondering that. I was thinking, asking about the horses. I bet, like, if we go too slow, we'd probably get there and everything would be burning.
Probably not far away from that with that, so
Yeah.